Man, and I thought you needed booze for Leprechaun 4. How's everybody doing? This is my review for Leprechaun Origins. Uh, Starting off with my positives on this pile of shit film is the death scenes. Some of them are pretty good, but some of them are off screen. The main ones that I really like, well, really the only two that I liked, were when they were trying to trick the leprechaun to get into the house so they can kill it. The leprechaun was like smart and pushed their friend in who was supposed to get it in there. And they take the axe and they accidentally hit their friend in the face. First off, it's kind of funny because they want to kill this leprechaun, and they end up accidentally killing their friend, and he got a chuckle out of me because I'm a horrible person. Another death scene that I liked was with the boyfriend guy. I don't really care about these characters. Is where um the leprechaun puts his hand in his where his spine is and rips part of it out. Huh? Seems familiar. Now on to my negatives. I told you I had like very few. Actually, I didn't say anything. Beginning all my long list of negatives is that this is not a fucking Leprechaun movie. I don't believe that this movie started off as a Leprechaun movie, and I will never believe that this is a Leprechaun movie. This movie just feels like that someone just had a generic script lying around and changed the setting to Ireland, put some scenes with gold in it, and just had like the Leprechaun vision in it, just so they can make an extra buck on this character and this franchise. All of that just seems like something that they had like a spin-off of the Descent movie, because that's what this creature looks like, is where the maybe one of the creatures got out and it was just roaming around somewhere, and they changed a few things, like I said, putting gold, slapping Leprechaun title on it, and changing the setting to Ireland, and added a few scenes where they say the word leprechaun, I guess. You know, this title Leprechaun, let's talk about this piece of shit. This leprechaun is not a leprechaun. It can't go past rock. It doesn't look like a leprechaun. Its motivation is not like a leprechaun, where it just eats people, apparently because these people just found gold into these caves, and then the leprechaun just came out trying to attack them, and apparently they just shook hands. It's like, alright, if you bring us people to eat, you can have our gold. What? You're meaning to tell me that this leprechaun would rather eat people than have its gold? This is not a leprechaun. In the other leprechaun movies, the Warwick Davis would go after people who took his precious gold, kill them to get it back, but no. All this leprechaun cares about is eating people. Talk about that go past rocks thing. So, like I said, doesn't have the look, behavior, or motivation of a leprechaun, and can't go past rocks. How the shit is he supposed to go to outer space? Or the hood, or Las Vegas. Las Vegas because they have a lot of lights. This leprechaun is scared of lights. Yeah, so this leprechaun is scared of lights. He would not make it to Vegas. Another thing, this leprechaun doesn't look like a leprechaun. It looks like something from The Descent or Pumpkinhead's aborted love child. Why? Only reason that the leprechaun looks like this is because Hornswoggle from WWE was hired to play a leprechaun, but they had to hide his weaknesses because they thought him delivering a line delivery would just be laughable, so they had to hide his weakness. Another thing, this character didn't need to be played by a dwarf. This could have been a CGI character or just a full-size person. What was the point of casting a dwarf to play this leprechaun? Another thing, you don't even see the leprechaun. I mean, the only reason they don't show it is not to create mystery, is because it's embarrassing how bad this creature looks. Again, what was the point of casting a dwarf? And another thing, the only ways we see him is shaky cam, blurriness, and leprechaun vision. Yeah, it sees things in gold. Oh, let's see. Sees things in gold, spine ripping. This thing has more in common with a predator than it does even a leprechaun. God. Moving past that leprechaun bullshit, let's talk about the characters. I don't like them. They're boring. They're assholes. They're just bad. There's even one part. where this guy who gets his leg chewed on, who is from Freddy versus Jason, he gets his leg chewed on, and his girlfriend and his best friend just abandon him, and his best friend's girlfriend comes to save him. And they're not even acknowledging that. They don't bring it up. He doesn't even go, "Bitch, did you just leave me to die?" They don't do anything about that. The characters are also just stupid. Instead of going past the rocks after that guy dies, they decide to go back to the cabin and kill this leprechaun. Yeah, let's just not try to go past the rocks when we could just kill the leprechaun. Pretty sure the boyfriend guy who gets his spine ripped out, I don't think he cares about his girlfriend because there's even a untimely relationship drama where she just goes like, "I fell, why didn't you come back for me?" He obviously just doesn't like you. This movie couldn't get any fucking worse. They probably used the most famous line in this entire series is the "fuck you, Lucky Charms" line. In this movie, the final girl or character, whatever the fuck you want to call her, she finds gold coins, just probably just there to pass this as a leprechaun movie. Throws it in, it says "fuck you, Lucky Charms." Throws it up in the air and decapitates him, which is another thing about the leprechaun. The other leprechaun movies, they're usually using four-leaf clovers or iron to kill leprechaun. He has some sort of weakness. You want to know how they kill him in this one? Just by a simple decapitation. That's all it took to kill this leprechaun, when in all the other movies, they just have to use pretty much four-leaf clover, which is the main thing they use. But no. All it took was a simple machete to cut off this guy's head. Are you sure this is a leprechaun? I'm not wearing this hat because it's not a leprechaun! Well, guys, I hate this movie. This is one of the worst horror movies I've ever seen. One of the worst movies I've ever seen. This is not a leprechaun movie. And yeah, I do not recommend this movie. This is a movie where you just absolutely ignore it, pretends it does not exist, and just skip it. What do you guys think of this dog pile of shit? Do you actually somehow enjoy this movie for what it is? I honestly can't even watch it just as a different film. Or do you hate it as much as me? Let me know in the comments below and we will talk about it. And if you like this movie, like it. I mean, movie, god damn it. Like this video, like it. And if you loved this video, subscribe and hit the bell notification so you will get notified for my latest videos. But until my next video, take care. Finally, I'm done with this movie franchise. Oh wait, I got one more.